The final part of this course now is going to be looking at the WCCS portal. The WCCS portal is another one of William Carey's websites. This is a site that provides links to other WCCS resources which are hosted online. So in order to access the WCCS portal, you'll open up a browser, and then if you simply type into the address bar wccs.school, that's the URL of our website, you'll be taken to this page here. So this page, as you can see, is just a page of links. It's got access to lots of other resources. Now we've already explained some of these resources. You can see here we've got the Edumate link. Now we've explained what Edumate's for. That's our student management system. So that's where you'd go for information about students, to mark the roll, to access report comments or welfare comments for students. Parents and students also use that site. They can use that site to access their timetables or student timetables, and parents can use that to have a look at how their students are going academically, and also to be able to record absences and details of absences and things like that. So that's our school portal site. The second or the third icon along here is our email link. So we also have a web-based email system. So we've talked about how you can use Outlook to access your email, or that's how we recommend you access it. But if you want to access your email from another computer somewhere in the world, you can come here and click that link and then just log in with your username and password, and that will allow you to access your email via the web rather than having to install Outlook and set up an email client. Let me jump back. Our welfare help site, this will link you off to a blog that's hosted or looked after by the welfare team. So you can see here there's an article about who you can talk to when you're needing help in particular situations at the moment on that blog. So that's a link that provides support for students' welfare. The fourth icon across is the link to our files. So that's where you would go if you want to access your W drive or your X drive from home, so the network hosted files. Our blog site is being used less and less. More of our teachers are moving content from what was a blog into their Google sites, but that's still there for people who do have blogs. The library is still using a blog through that link, and there's a couple of others as well. Then we've got a link to Google Drive and Google Classroom right there. So Google Drive is where you can access your Google Drive files. Google Classroom, you can host classrooms with your students and post learning content to those as well. And then our Google Sites link, that's actually going to contain a whole lot of links to, if I log in, so this link, let me authenticate that on my phone. This site has a whole lot of links to our various Google sites. So you can see there's a link to our primary Google sites, our high school Google sites, and our additional Google sites, so sites that don't fall into those catalogues. So for example, there's a link here to our ICT support site, our advanced learning site, and the the WCCS library site. And so you can follow those links if I go to the ICT support site, and you can see that you can be taken to the ICT support page. Let's jump back to our school portal. So that's wccs.school. The WCCS careers site is used by senior students in the high school in order to access information about careers and courses. You can access the library catalogue from both at school and at home, so you can search for books and see whether or not they're available in the library at the moment. The Wheelers eBooks site is a site where you can come and you can download ebooks to be able to read on devices at home. So you can borrow books not just while you're at school, but you can borrow books at home as well. And you can see there's some links here to the apps that will help you on your devices. So if you're wanting to borrow books from the school library and view them on your devices, then you can do that. There's a link right there across the top where you can sign in using your username and password to access that site as well. So let's jump back once again. Literacy Pro is used by our primary students in order to have lessons on literacy. As I've already said, we've also got a direct link here to the library blog. Students also are given an allocation of pages each week, and so they can check out their print quota to see what pages are available to them or what they've printed. Videos are available via our ClickView server, so staff have a wider range of access to videos than students do, and students have age appropriate access to videos. You can browse the catalogue simply by clicking that link and then logging in. When you want to add your own BYOD device, so your own personal devices, to our school network, you actually need to register them from home or somewhere where you are already connected to the internet, and you can do that by coming to this site and clicking that BYOD registration link, then sign in, and it will give you a certificate to download to your personal device. And once that certificate is on your device, that can be used to identify that device as yours on our school network. I've talked about the ICT Help pages already, where you can come to for help and support on a range of ICT issues. The easiest way to navigate around that site is up here in the right hand side, where you click the little search button. If you're wanting to know how to add a printer, then you simply search for a word like printer, and that will then show you some articles on how you would add an extra WCCS printer, or how you would go about printing from BYOD, and you can click those articles to then read some more information about that. So that's a nice easy way. You can also navigate through the menus over here on the right hand side. Our last two, so we've got web choices. Web choices is used by students in order to submit their sport selections each term, and it's also used when our Year 8 students are selecting subjects for Year 9 and our Year 10 students are choosing subjects for Year 11. So web choices is there, mostly used by students and not accessed by teachers. The final one, which is very helpful for both students and teachers in the high school, is our assessment books. If you click that link, it'll take you to a Google folder, and that Google folder has our assessment booklets and policies for each of the different years. Right there you can see, and you can access those simply by clicking on them. So if we open up the Year 9 assessment policy, you can see it's got pages regarding our policy, and if you scroll down, you can see the assessment tasks that are available or are due for each subject, as well as when they're actually due. Alright, I hope that is a very quick, helpful overview, and will help you as you're accessing other William Carey sites.